Hello, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Dekku was an indestructible man. So, the indestructible man in this What If is pretty powerful. Or actually, Zuko is pretty powerful. One of his powers that I've been giving him is the lying detector. So basically, he can detect lies from a person. So, and yeah, plus every other ability, but I don't want to spoil it. So, let's begin. And I'm also adding zooming into this what if. And sorry, my throat is a little bit weird. And so, yeah. So, so I'm adding zooming to this what if. So, let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. And then at age of 3, they all had friends and So then at age of 4, that all changed, and the quirk doctor tried to lie to Zuko about him not having a quirk. And Zuko just said, in his own head, alright, if you want to play that game, I'll happily to oblige. Okay? So then of course, he gets abandoned by Inko and Sashi after the Quark Doctor. But then the actually Quark Doctor after or actually a time skip to 15. Zuko goes to a normal school, and so did Zumi, or actually Zumi goes to UA, and she has 2 quirks. All Might gives her 1 quirk. One for all. No quirk to Zumi to become a hero. And then and Zuko gets he goes to the quirkless school, but he's just like, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm not gonna go over the whole canon version for like Zumi he's but Zuko who was this is what I'm gonna because mostly focused on Zuko and yeah. So Zuko ends up basically going to the Quarkless school. But he did all of his tasks and he got A plus in every class. He did all of it. He had no homework for a long time. Even if he was in he did all of his work like pretty much, yeah. So he always has this break, like summer vacation for him. So he goes, he just shows up, and then they just like, or he walks around, but one day, the actually villains and let's say a group of thugs, or no, not the group of murderers, I'll just say that, because there's like different kinds. So he walks in, and 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 so he asks, because they thought, or he did ask them if they or if they know it where a good like soda things are. And their response was not like, hey, how did you get here? You know what they just did? Or he pulled out their quirk. Right? Some of them had machine gun quirks. Some had like brutality things. And they all tried punching him around and shooting at him. But Zuko wasn't having none of it. As he was still standing. As he says, I asked you once, now I'm gonna ask you again. Is there any store around here? As they're like, no. Or actually, they did that same thing again. But this time, Zuko got really upset. And you know what he did? He murdered all of them. Yeah. As he says, all right. Have a nice day. As he walks away. So, yeah. He walks away. And he didn't. So the blood. He had no, like, he did not leave any evidence behind. Like, not a murder weapon. Not even a footprint or anything. So, he just walks. There it is. So then he pays for a soda. And, yeah. He slurps it down. So, then he need to go check on my little sister. Or actually, yeah. Actually, no, not that. So he goes, sits at the, like, at a park. And the court doctor shows up, sits right next to him, as the court doctor says to Zuko, you know I was lying to you, Zuko. Yeah. But I played along. As the quirk doctor says, you actually did have a quirk. But you had such a good reputation of a powerful quirk called flame control, or actually magma, a fire. So, yeah, magma control. So, it's like three quirks rolled into one. Fire quirk, earth quirk, and so he can control lava. He could control magma. He could do anything like that. Or he could turn his entire body into lava. So, yeah, that's one of his quirks. Or actually, yeah, his quirk that soon developed into his power. And his powers, that over time reached a certain age in their lives. Could basically infuse into their own soul. So a quirk like Zuku's is magma control is basically he could do the same thing what I think his name was Kaido or something. Well, yeah. This guy, Zuko could do like what magma fruit could do, but on a whole nother level. Instead of him, or he can do like creating his own body, he could create clones after clones of himself. And, yeah, that's only a tippity-toppity of his powers. So the so the quirk doctor says, you can become a hero. With all those powers that you have, Zuko, you have my full support. Yeah. But before we move on, there's all the pro heroes did notice that there's no crime. Not even a single villain even showed up who caused any mayhem. Like, they're like, wait, this is weird. Like, a crime rate been down a lot. Yeah. Maybe is there a glitch in the system or yeah. And, or actually, All For One knows that Zuko is indestructible. And he's All For One is scared of Zuko instead of All Might in this alternate universe. Because he knows that Zuko could just be, oh, I'm so powerful that I become a pro hero. Bam! And he heard All For One wanted to be in his prime. To properly introduce himself without the mask. So, the quirk doctor finds he did and someone else's rewind quirk, not Ares. Ares. And Ares, so Ares is good. So, yeah. So All for One became his prime. In his prime. So he's more happy to, because he wants to meet Zuko in person. Because he never really experienced his so-called fear in his eyes. He wants to get, yeah. So, the time skip to All Might versus All for One. And All Might was down, hurt, like, why are you in your prime? I have a personal matter to deal with. And his name is Zuko Midoriya. I'm more scared of him than you, All Might. As All Might remembers that Zuko was quirkless. Why are you scared of a quirkless kid? Oh, he's not quirkless. Yes. But it's the opposite. The quirk. Where he has the power of immortality. He's indestructible. And he has so many powers inside he was born with. That's why the good doctor lied to him. But I have this feeling that Zuko knew that the court doctor lied to him. As everyone... Here, hold on. Everything shocked faces. As everyone could not even believe that the Zuko, or they thought, as Bakugo asks All for One, wait, so you knew that Zuko knew that, or so Zuko did know that the doctor was lying to him about him being quirkless. Yes, Bakugo, that it's right. He knew it since after the doctor's office. But the Sashi says, wait, so he knew about it? Yes. And I believe I heard him say, I'll play this little game of pretending to be dumb. So then, because one of his main abilities is liar detector, or lying detect thing. So then but let me take care of you, All Might, before that. So All for One shoots a beam of light at All Might. Zuko comes out of nowhere, and he basically was like doing like what Vegeta doing. the Prince of All Saiyans guy does, and Goku. He looks at All for One, says, don't shoot the beams of light at anyone. And he tossed it right back at All for One and aimed right at his legs, blasting both of them away. And Dekku says, you have rewind quirk. Yeah, but it's an honor to meet you, as All for One says to Dekku. You were expecting me? As a big question mark over his head. And yes. And we both know that you are playing, pretending to be quirkless. Yeah. And that's right. But his game of pretending to be quirkless is now over. Let me show you real power. As his eyes start to glow. And how much time do I have? Okay. So, Zuko shows his true power. His true... Can I find that stupid image? I'm trying to find... Oh. Where is it? Everything to go over Howard. Is it power? Or powered? So, I'll just use this image right here. So, right here. So, Zuko shows his true powers. And, yeah, he turns into magma. And magma puddles flowing up. As everyone's like, scatter! As they all ran the other way. Ochako, Momo, Bakugo, everyone went scattered except for All for One and Zuko. All Might took the civilians and ran because and sky turned gray, like black, with electricity going through. As he says, now, it's time for us to face to face. As All for One, Hun's body shaking with fear, as he could feel the aura of Zuko. Everyone could feel the aura. As, yeah, Zuko wasn't holding back. As Zuko full sprint and pounding on All for One faster than as All for One wasn't gonna let Zuko beat him. So he tries to fight back. But then he got overpowered. And yeah, All for One died that fateful day. Or that fateful night. Yeah. Zuko was victorious as he looks at men with that much power. As some of them even said, with that much power, we would rather have him as an ally. With that much power, we would have been, yeah. So then, yeah. Thinking it all for War One, and just what he tried to talk to Zuko, and the talking was over, and yeah, All for One paid the price with his life. So, yeah, and yeah, in this alternate timeline, he didn't really want the yellow wildcat, hence his power. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, she's a wild yellow member. This girl, he did not want her power because he had no intentions. None of them had intentions of stealing her quirk. So she still has it. So, but then Zuko, or All for One's intentions was to talk to Zuko. And yeah, every single pro heroes and citizens are like, as they all looked at each other, and they're like, yep, that boy is the reason why that we are still alive. Or they all like feared him. But then he walks up to All Might. He did teleport to All Might. After he like absorbed the lava back into himself. And yeah. So he says, I hope there is no remaining people, as he could see their soul essence, like their bodies. There we go. And he did do like what he is obstructed to do, telling his own as he walks up to All for One All Might, and says, You're still my favorite hero, All Might. As he pulls out a photo of All Might. And yeah, Zuko, who was a big fanboy. So All Might, he signs it. Like, I don't know how to put it that way. But Zuko is so happy. Because he meets his favorite hero. And All Might wasn't in his big buff up form, he was in his Small Might form. And Zuko, there was only one other person that saw the weak version of All Might was Zumi. But Zuko did not care if he was in his weak form or buffed up form. He really didn't. He just, like, All Might's still All Might. Yeah. So then, yeah. As All Might age, like, really, he could really, yeah. So then, after he left, how long has this video been? I forgot to check. Yep, but that's okay. Because the next video is gonna be my 500 video, like, subscriber video thing. So, and I really do not have anything planned of it or how it will work, but just stay tuned. So, Zuko ends up being, like, he just relaxed. As everybody's like, man, Zuko, as some of his quirkless friends, and says, man, Zuko, you were on the news. And you've been, you have a coolest powers. Yeah. But I'm not bragging about it. Is it true that you could detect lies from the truth? Yep. That's how I know that the court doctor lied to me. And, yeah. So then they're like, they're so happy to see a quirked person or overpowered person. That's what his title or his, because they had a tier list in this alternate timeline. I forgot to mention that there's quirkless, quirked, abilities, and now they're having overpowered. So Zuko is the only one that's in that category. So, yeah. So then Nezu walks in with Eraserhead. Or actually Eraserhead walks in and the Nezu. And they know that they can't take down Zuko. Huh? If he refused. But they sometimes overthink it. But Zuko looks over. As Nezu says, or properly introduces himself, and he does all this, and yeah, and Zuko, says, yeah. So Nezu asked him, or Racerhead asked him, if he wants to become a pro hero, just like how All Might was or is. And yeah, no argument from me. As they were a little bit surprised because they did not have any plans to let's say all for one, or no, they did not have plans for someone that's overpowered, like what Zuko is, and he's indestructible. So they're kind of set back from it. They could not believe. So they did the tier list thing, or actually transfers him over to UA. And Zuko was all caught up on his schoolwork, and so he did train his powers, in other words, and yeah, he could create anything. But he also could evolve. They did not realize it until Zuko was or actually no one knew. And Zuko, because his lava or magma power, quirk, was agreed in with him. So, and all of his powers agreed. And yeah, he became more than just a indestructible man, as a cocoon formed around him. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cocoon of Evolution. I don't know how to say it properly, so I said Cocoon of Evolution. Cocoon. I don't know how to say this. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Cocoon. There we go. So, yeah. It is, I'm going to try to find the image of it real quick. Here it is. Okay. So, Zuko was inside that because the power, or actually the magma, formed around him, as all of the power that he has in his body was, he's not refusing. He wants to be stronger than a normal human. So, it evolved him. It evolved Zuko into the most powerfulest version of himself. You thought Zuko by himself with that could hold All for One's cannon attack, like what Goku is, but Zuko was way more than just that. He went beyond human. And he went beyond a normal human. He became more than any normal person could ever experience. His body, yeah, he became the one who, or the king of the, or invincible king of the quirks, or of powers. So Zuko's body starts to evolve as he could feel the aura glowing through him as the big explosion happened as everyone was woken up because it was loud. Bang. It's like the scene from Explosion. It was like, it was powerful, or it was so loud that even, okay. Oh, wait, nope. So, I'm just going to use this one. So, yeah, imagine Zuko having a big explosion like that. But the thing is, because his body temp, because he has a magma quirk, it was really hard for him to breathe. So he opens the window before, and yeah, then there's a blast in and destroy the entire dorm. It went through, as it was pretty loud, as Zuko's power grew. As Zuko as every student was, let me see how long this video took. So please wait for part 2 to be filmed, and yeah.